Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I just got finished about a week ago with my third audiobook narration and production through ACX, and I just wanted to give you guys kind of my review or overview, if you will, on my process, what I did, and how I streamlined the process essentially to get it to work for my needs. And so basically, this was a 58 chapter novel. It was a mystery slash thriller legal. There was some legal aspects in there. The author is a former attorney, so but it was really good. It's called Hellfire, and I will link it, excuse me, in the description below because it is available now for purchase on Amazon, iTunes, all that good stuff if you want to listen to the audiobook. So basically, what I would do is I use a Rodecaster Pro. And I know it's more of a podcasting rig, but I use that. I like the built-in compressor, the Aphex big bottom, and Oral Exciter, and those plugins and de-esser. It makes my process a lot easier. And what I will do is I have a booth which is next to me that you can't see off camera, and I use the Rodecaster Pro with the Rode Procaster microphone. Right now, I'm just recording into my USB PreSonus Revelator. But if you're just starting out, any good dynamic microphone would work well. Condenser, they kind of let in a lot of noise, so you got to be careful and do a lot of work in post. But so what I'll do is I'll record directly to the Rodecaster Pro itself. It has a micro SD card, record to that. And then what I do is I load it into a program that I'm about to show you right now. This program is called Ferrite, and it is for iPad. So iPad Air, iPad Pro, you name it, and it works seamlessly with an Apple Pencil. They have a free version. I use the paid version. It was like $30 one-time fee, and you get upgraded to the Pro version. And what's great about this is you can use it with the as you see right here, and I will play it in just a second. But what you can see is once I load it in there, I open it up, I pinch to zoom and whatnot, and then I use my Apple Pencil. And throughout the using the Rodecaster Pro, it has a button on the touchscreen. If I make a mistake, I hit that bookmark button, and then when I go back later and I load it into Ferrite, you can see the little dots at the top for the bookmarks right here on your video screen. And what I do is then I take the pencil, and within the settings, you could set this for editing. You can do swipe gestures where you click and drag with the pencil and it erases it. And then you can double tap, and then basically it splits the audio. Then from there, what I can do is double tap. I tap the first piece of audio, and then I double tap that. It highlights everything else. And then I can join the audio, and then I go through my process is this. I find all the bookmarks first. Those are the mistakes, the double takes, basically. I get rid of those. Now, could I use punch and roll, you might ask? Yes, I did that with my last production, but my studio booth is a little small, so I don't have the ability to fit my computer in there. And punch and roll, it stops the flow of things, and I just like this process better. Now, some people use a dog clicker as well to mimic, the clipping in the waveform where it goes up, so they know where they made the mistake. What I like about this is I can just hit the bookmark button on the Rodecaster Pro, load it into Ferrite, and boom. Now you can record directly to Ferrite, and it has its own bookmark button too that you could just tap on the touchscreen, which I really like as well. So I'm going to play this video and just show you exactly how it works with the Apple Pencil. And every time I swipe, it gets red. It's called a ripple delete. You can swipe left or swipe right, and it just deletes it seamlessly. So as you can see here, I find the bookmark. That would be the opening credits. Obviously, for this video, I wasn't precise about it. I just wanted to show you how it deletes it real quick. Then I highlight it all yellow, and I join the audio back. Then I find the next bookmark and delete it. The reason I don't go through and from the beginning and edit before getting rid of the bookmarks, like with spacing issues, if there's long pauses or breaths, is because I found I'll zoom in too much and then I'll be editing an area that I just redid, and I didn't realize I redid it, because once it plays past it, then I see the bookmark, and I don't realize that I just finished that I just redid that. So then it's like double the work to go back and redo that. So that's the reason that I found, and it took me basically the whole book to figure this out, is that your best bet is to go through first, delete all of the delete all of the bookmarks first, so the double takes, get rid of all the mistakes. Then once everything is cleaned up and you got rid of the double takes, start at the beginning. Then you meticulously go through, listen for any maybe extraneous noises or pops in there from mouth noise or things of that nature. And what you will do from there is clean those up. You will do the spacing, fix that stuff, and it all works seamlessly with the Apple Pencil, which is really great because you could take it on the road with you and whatnot. And I even, for my for my iPad Air that I use, the iPad Air 4, I bought a USB-C dongle so I can plug my studio headphones in, because using AirPods, you don't hear everything, or wireless Bluetooth earbuds, you don't hear everything. You're supposed to use studio quality headphones when you're doing this. So now the next thing that I would do is I would jump on over, I would take the audio once it's done on my iPad, I would load it into my computer, and this is my baby. This is Isotope RX8 Advanced. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys how to go about getting this. It could be a $1,200 program at times, but there's ways to get it, and you guys can figure that out on your own. But anyway, so the first thing I do when I load the audio in, so that's what I did. I already preloaded it in. The first thing I do is mouth declick. Okay, so it's over here on my other screen. Let me bring it over here. The first thing I do is mouth declick, and I will run eliminate clicks. So what I'm going to do is play this, because I don't think you guys have heard this, and hopefully it carries the audio when I play this back. So I'm going to play it back for a little bit, and you'll hear how it sounds before I do my processing. My audition or my ACX book, once I become the producer and get the role, would be something like this. I was going to read something from Wikipedia or Twitter, but I don't have anything, so here it goes. Now, the first thing I'll do is I will look at the room tone or room noise. So what I want to do is zoom in here, and this part here, I can loop it and just play this. And you could see down here at the bottom what the room noise is. It's minus 49. So for ACX standards, that would not satisfy. Okay, the next thing is mouth clicks. And so that's pretty much the first thing I look at. So what I will do is I will run mouth declick, which I know my camera's kind of in the way, but I'll run mouth declick, and I'll run it on eliminate clicks. And I just keep it at that, and I render it. It takes a few seconds. You could see up here at the top that it's going, and then it will be done in a GIF, and you could see it repaired 507 clicks. That's a lot. The next thing I like to do is dialogue de-reverb, and this one takes a little bit longer, but I like to use this one because it just makes it that much more detailed. And like I said, this is not my regular setup. I'm using a USB microphone in my non-treated room. My laptop fan's going, everything's going. So I'll just do some vocal detail, render that. This one takes a little bit longer, but it should go nice and quick, about 20 seconds or so. And then once this is done, the newest one I found, which is a must. Getting rid of background noise is not the greatest thing in Isotope. You can use the spectral denoise, you can use dialogue isolate, you name it, and you can highlight a section and learn it. But I have an air conditioner, or my furnace, when the air kicks on, and I have an old house, my room, for whatever reason, and my booth, it's not strong enough to get rid of that noise. And I'm sure everyone else has that same issue. Well, this little plugin that you can add through Isotope is called Acusonus Era 4 Noise Remover. Now, they have an Era 5 Noise Remover Pro, which gives you a little more control. That's hidden behind a paywall, so again, you can get this standalone license and you can use this, and it works phenomenally. And all of these plugins I should have shown you. With iZotope, what's great is you can hit the preview button right here, and let me move this over just a little bit more so you could see it in full. You can hit the preview button, and it's basically just a slider. You can adjust it. I like it at 50%. I toggle this little thing on. It says use for tonal and buzz-like static noise, and that's what it is with the little air conditioner going off. And there's an A mode and a B mode. You just toggle between which one you like better, and then you could adjust the output dB. I like to leave it at 0. And of course, when all said and done, I'll then throw it into Audacity. I'll run the ACX check, and I also have a chain module in Audacity that will sort of normalize it and get the get it to pass in the QA with RMS and all that stuff too. So here's a little preview. My audition or my ACX book, once I become the producer and get the role, would be something like this. So let me just go back to the beginning real quick again, and you could see it's at minus 54. So I do need to up this just a little bit. So let's try 60. And what's great about this is that it doesn't distort the audio quality. And then down here, you could also do all frequencies: high frequency, focus, low, high, low, and then mid frequency. One quick side note, I don't want this video to go on for much longer, but the only other way I found to eliminate the air conditioner or computer fan noise that you'll hear in your recordings to get really studio quality sound is using an expander in Logic Pro. They have a preset in the functions, selection-based processing, and it uses an expander and compressor. That adds some artifacting to your audio, and it's not always great. So my last book, there was maybe 3 or 4 chapters I had issues with the air conditioner. And I used the expander, that selection-based processing, for I think 2 of those chapters. One of them, it was about 1 minute and 11 seconds in the beginning of the chapter, and I didn't touch it because I didn't like the way it sounded. And then the one chapter that's 16 minutes long, it didn't sound right. So I had to leave it with the air conditioner in there. So those silent sections, like in between sentences, don't have the noise because I clean it up in iZotope or any other software program, but the actual dialogue has it embedded in there, and that's where you need to find a great noise remover, and this one has really done the job without degrading the audio. So let's try this again. But usually I stick this at 50%, and you can hear the difference. This is without. My audition or my ACX book, once I become the producer and get the role, would be something like this. I was going to read something from Wikipedia or Twitter, but I don't have anything. So you can get an idea, and then I'll render that, and it goes really nice and quickly. And you could even see if I undo that, you can see if I zoom in here before it cleans it up, you can see how like muddy and murky and dirty it is here. And then when I render this, it cleans it up slightly. So I would like to do a little more actually. Let me go 75 and see what that looks like. See, that cleans it up that much more, and the darker it gets, the better it is. So that to me is much better. And then you would play that, and it'd be like, okay, yep, now my audition or my AC, now we're good. If you guys can see, it was around it's around 70, 72. So that's a good spot. It would pass, okay? So it can't be less than 60. So we're golden there, and then I'll close out of that, and then basically that's it. You're done. If there's any little extraneous, noises or things in there, you could then go and clean them up. But that's basically the finished product. I would then take it in iZotope, and I would export it here. I would export it as a WAV file. I would throw it into Audacity as one last final thing. I would run the ACX check. I'm not going to go into that. You could learn how to do that online, etc. And that's basically it. So without further ado, that's going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if you like what I bring to the table, if you like my video, consider subscribing. And if you have any suggestions for further videos, I'd love to hear those as well. So that's going to do it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.